Hey guys, welcome back to my channel McNallie Money, home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. Now this week's video is going to be a little bit different. We're actually going to take a second and look at the progression of my channel over the last 4 months from day one all the way up until monetization. Now this has been a really exciting journey for me and I've learned a ton along the way. So I wanted to share that with you guys in this short video in case any of you are interested in pursuing a similar goal and starting up your own channel. It's been a ton of fun and I'd really recommend it to anybody who's thinking about taking that leap. Now before we get into it, please take a second to smash that like button, especially for videos like this that are a little bit off topic for the channel. It really helps me out and it helps get this content to other people like yourself who might find value. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, please take a second to do so. We're just about at 1,100 subscribers and I can't believe how quickly this channel is growing. And on a final note, make sure you leave a comment in the section below. Let me know if you have any questions about growing a YouTube channel, what you think of this summary, and what you think of the channel overall if you have any positive or negative feedback for me. Now without further ado, let's roll the intro clip and get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be switching it up a little bit and I'm going to be giving you guys an in-depth view at my YouTube journey so far over the past just about 4 months. I'm also going to be sharing with you the top 5 tips I've learned along the way in terms of how to get your channel monetized, how to get subscribers, views on your videos, and just overall channel or general success with this platform that I've learned over the last couple of months. So I hope you guys enjoy. I know obviously my channel is focused a lot on stocks, so some of you may or may not be super interested in the behind the scenes YouTube stuff, but I definitely wanted to document this because at its core, this channel is about finding financial freedom or financial independence, and YouTube is one way that I'm looking to do that. And this has now become one of my income streams that I can use to support things like my investments, my real estate portfolio. So I hope you guys enjoy and we'll jump right in. So this slide right here really sums it up. It honestly is bananas, you guys. When I planned out this journey, I was giving myself 12 months in order to reach monetization. And you can see as this email shows, I've now hit that 1,000 subscriber milestone, which was so big for me as a channel and as a creator. Underneath here, this is an email sent directly from YouTube. It says, "We always knew this day would come and we hope you did too." And that's sure true. I've been thinking about this day for months and months now. Honestly, there's been times where I felt like, am I filming the right kind of videos? Am I talking about the right kind of content? I've had streaks and stretches where some of my videos really didn't get a lot of views or what I thought they deserved. And it was really difficult to keep going. But I told myself I'm going to give this a solid effort for 12 months and I'll reevaluate at the end of that time period. So for me, this was a massive surprise that I was able to monetize this quick. I've watched a lot of other channels in this space and most of them mentioned that 12 to 18 months in terms of monetizing the channel and reaching these thresholds. So I'm super stoked to be able to do that and surpass my goal in hitting this milestone in just under 4 months. So before we get into the actual tips and tricks, I figured the first place we should start is defining the actual goal. So what do you need to do in order to get your channel monetized? Now there's 2 specific metrics or milestones that you need to achieve. So number 1 we alluded to on that last email, but it's having 1,000 subscribers on your channel. Now, in addition to that, you need 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12-month or 12-month rolling period. Now, for me, I was relatively lucky in the sense that my watch hours and my subscribers moved up in unison, and I wasn't in a situation where one of these metrics really surpassed or outshone the other. So in my personal situation, I pretty much hit both of these milestones within a day or two of one another. Now, some people I've talked to really had a lot of success with subscribers and they were able to achieve that 1,000 subscriber milestone relatively quickly, but the watch hours really trailed behind. And then obviously there's people that have the inverse. So they have a ton of watch hours, maybe they had 1 or 2 big hit videos, but they're really struggling to get the subscribers. So one thing that's important to remember here, and hopefully what these tips will address for you guys, is you need to try and work both of these metrics and give some love to ensure that you have enough hours and enough subscribers or viewers within the same general time frame. And that's going to allow you to get monetized faster and really start seeing some of the benefits that we're going to talk about later in this presentation. Now, prior to this change that came out in 2018, you actually only needed 10,000 public views to partake in the YouTube Partner Program or to be monetized. So it definitely did get a little bit more difficult, but for me, I see that as a benefit because it's really going to limit the competition in this space and allow my channel to shine over and above some of the other smaller channels that are just getting started. So now that we've talked about what's actually required to monetize your channel or partake in this YouTube Partner Program, I wanted to jump over to my actual YouTube profile or account and show you guys the progression of my channel and video over the past 3.5 to 4 months. So as you can see, subscriber count, I'm nearing 1.1 thousand now. I think I'm at 1,093 subscribers. So it's continuing to grow, and I really have seen exponential growth since I hit that milestone of the 1K. You can see my videos as of recently have a very similar look and feel, and what I'm trying to do there is really create a consistent brand or consistent look for this channel that my viewers know and can find in a list of ranked search results. My channel definitely focuses a lot on small cap companies, specifically here in Canada in the MJ space, and I've done that to really try and create a niche for my audience. I definitely know that this is a sector that's going to grow over the next few years, and I think there's a lot of appetite to talk about some of these smaller companies that the big channels really don't spend a lot of time and energy on. So you'll see that's a consistent theme on my channel. Now, once I've covered most of these companies in a lot of these sectors, I plan to diversify out and start talking more about current news, recent events, and up and coming companies. But this is really what I've found to be my bread and butter so far along my journey. Now, if we scroll down, you'll see I have now over 50 videos, which is hard to believe that it's come this far in such a short amount of time. And I wanted to actually scroll down and show you guys my first couple videos on the channel. So as you can see, the first one posted was on Tattooed Chef. It had 175 views, and it was posted according to this 3 months ago. Now, this video was actually posted on January 17th. So as of May 17th, that's going to be 4 months of me doing the YouTube channel. So personally, I'm super impressed with my performance, and it really speaks to goal setting, you guys. A lot of people really overestimate what they can do in a day or in a week, but they underestimate what they can do in a few months or a few years. And that really became evident to me along this journey. Now, another thing I wanted to call out is if you actually look at the thumbnail progression. So back then I was really using black and white color scheme. I didn't have a lot of eye-catching colors or pop to my thumbnails. And you'll see as I progressed, I've now started to work into this consistent theme that really focuses on this lime green, which I kind of attribute or correlate in my mind to money and profitability, which is obviously what anyone trading these stocks wants to achieve. So now we're going to get into the 5 tips that I wanted to share in order to grow your channel and see success on this platform. So some of these you might have already heard about, some maybe not, but for me, looking back, these are really the things that set me apart and allowed my channel to grow so rapidly. So you might be asking yourself, why are we looking at another financial page on YouTube here? Obviously, this is the Millennial Investors. So this guy's another Canadian by the name of Jack, who runs a small startup YouTube channel in the financial education space. And I've actually been watching this channel along with another one we're going to look at in a second here for quite some time as my channel continued to grow and really following along Jack's journey in tandem with my own. So Jack obviously has achieved tremendous success. You can see he's almost at 12,000 subscribers, and he actually started his channel in February of 2021. So it's a very new channel, started right around the same time I did, but he's obviously been able to grow at an even faster pace. Now, if we jump back to his videos tab, you can see he's achieving upwards of 10,000 views per video. So he's obviously doing something right. So the number one tip I have for you guys is to reach out and ask other people for tips and advice and help. And that's exactly what I did in this situation. So if we jump into my email here, you can see on March 17th, so right when I started to see Jack's channel blowing up like this, I wanted to figure out what he was doing that was different than what I was doing on my channel. So I actually reached out and I just said, hey, you know what, buddy, I'm starting up a channel as well. I noticed you're having a lot of success. Do you mind pointing me in the right direction? And Jack actually responded with a very in-depth and thorough analysis of what he does on his channel to really boost the views and the subscribers. Now ultimately what it boiled down to was this TubeBuddy plugin, which we're going to talk about in a second, and really taking time to use the Keyword Explorer feature or functionality to boost how your video ranks in terms of search on YouTube. So Jack went to the extent of actually showing me screenshots of my current video titles versus alternate title options and how these different titles stack up in search. So you can see some of the titles that I was using. Forex MJ Penny Stock ranked 45 out of 100. It was a good overall score. Whereas if I were to use Top Canadian Penny Stock, I would have had an excellent score of 98 out of 100. So I won't go through the full email here, but the point of this, you guys, is to not be afraid to ask for help and to reach out to others who are where you want to be and ask exactly how they got there. And this is something I've found in life in general. Generally, people are happy to share their success. They're happy to talk about their business, and they're happy to help other people out because they remember when they were in that position. So this is my number one tip for you guys, is if you see somebody who's doing something that you want to do, reach out, ask them how they do it, and see if they're willing to share their story and tips with you along the way. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about, or the second tip I wanted to share with you guys, was actually identified by Jack himself. So you can see here he talks about TubeBuddy as a plugin on YouTube. So that's the second tip for you guys, is install this platform. So this is TubeBuddy here, and essentially what it is a platform that can help YouTubers streamline their profile, grow their channel, and become more efficient with the total YouTube ecosystem. So this really was a game changer for me. And what Jack told me to do was install this as a plugin on my actual YouTube channel itself. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean in a second here. But I wanted to quickly show you the TubeBuddy website itself, just so you can get familiar with kind of how it looks. Now, I have a pro license. I think this is definitely worth the money. Honestly, you could probably get away without a pro, but for me, I use this platform so much, especially the Keyword Explorer, so I didn't want to be limited or have any restrictions on my account. And as you can see, the pro gives you unlimited access to all the features. Now you'll notice if I go to my YouTube page on a Chrome browser, you'll see the TubeBuddy plugin right at the top here. You'll also see channel analytics, which have been added or overlaid on top of my home screen. So this actually gives you insight into total number of views, total videos, your recent or 30-day performance, along with interactive charts that you can use to see how your channel is performing versus historical data and actually versus other channels that you visit. So this was definitely a game changer for me. And if you're going to use TubeBuddy, I would highly recommend that you install the plugin so you get this live analytics on your channel, which again are updated in real time. Now what I wanted to show you guys specifically about TubeBuddy, if you click on the plugin here, there's two features that I use religiously when I'm starting to plan and upload a video. So number one is the Keyword Explorer. And what this allows you to do, as we saw in that email from Jack, is type in different terms or different titles for your video. So for example, we could do penny stocks to buy now. And this will actually allow you to rate your title based on an overall score of 3 components. So search volume, competition, and optimization strength. And what this actually does is allow you to rank higher in search and get more people drawn to your channel and to your videos. Now you'll notice on this one, it's actually a 35 out of 100 score. So it's got a very healthy search volume, but because my channel is smaller, it won't really rank very well in terms of competition, and that brings the overall score down. Now, if I were to get more specific and maybe say penny stocks to buy now 2021, we'll see how that small change will actually impact the score overall. So now you can see I've jumped up to a 62 out of 100, still great search volume, but I rank a lot better in competition with this one. So this is definitely a top tip if you have a startup YouTube channel or really any channel, is to go into here and spend some time on the title of your videos before you release them. Now another thing that Jack taught me is you can actually add multiple terms or multiple keywords to your title. So you could use penny stocks to buy now 2021, then put a divider of some sort in there and actually add an additional title as long as you're within that 100 character limit. So I really try and maximize that 100 characters to ensure that I'm appealing to as many search terms or phrases as possible when I upload my videos. Now the other thing I wanted to show you guys here is actually this best time to publish feature. So when you click on that, it'll actually take you to your channel analytics platform in YouTube Studio. And if you scroll down, you can see when your viewers are live on YouTube. Now you can do this without the TubeBuddy plugin, but what TubeBuddy does is actually take this information and provide recommendations. So for me, you can see during the week, the best time to upload is between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. And the best time of the entire week to produce a video for my channel is Sunday at 1 p.m. And that's because if you scroll up here and see Sunday, very many of my viewers are on for a substantial part of that day. So I've really used this to hone in when and where I'm going to publish my videos to ensure I get that maximum traction and that maximum impact for the first couple hours my video is live. One thing I've learned on the YouTube platform is the first hour is extremely critical in determining whether or not your video is going to get traction and take off. So I really try and follow these guidelines strictly because I feel like they do work for my channel specifically. So that's tip number 2, you guys, is get TubeBuddy and install it as a plugin on your YouTube platform itself. Now moving into tip number 3, you can see I've brought up the StockTwits website, and this is because StockTwits is one of the platforms that I've found to really self-promote my videos. And what I mean by that, you guys, is find some websites that are in the same area or niche as your channel. So for me, it's talking about stocks. So obviously StockTwits is in that same niche. And start posting your videos under the related discussion boards or forums. So what I actually do is I go in and I'll search up the companies that I've just made the video on, and I'll actually post a link to my video in the discussion or in the thread. Now you don't have to use StockTwits. I've found a number of others in this area. So Reddit is obviously phenomenal, Yahoo Finance, Stockhouse. It doesn't really matter which websites you use, but try and find ones that have a lot of traction and a lot of viewers. And that's going to naturally build your subscriber base and your view count with people who are genuinely interested in that company or in that subject. Now, if you're not in the stock field, that's fine. You just have to find websites that talk about whatever niche or topic your channel primarily discusses. So that's tip number 3, you guys, is never be ashamed to self-promote, but ensure that you're doing it on platforms where the audience is going to care and going to want to watch these videos. If you drive a bunch of traffic to your channel and the people immediately close the video, you're going to rank lower in search because YouTube knows that people aren't really interested or they don't really like that video. So make sure the people you're driving there are the right people, and the best way to do that is through targeted websites, forum boards, discussions, whatever the case is. Now tip number 4, you guys, I've jumped back over to my YouTube studio. This one has to do with comments and interacting with your audience. So here you can see comments I haven't responded to. There's currently 4 listed out of all of my videos, my 50 plus videos that I've posted over the last 4 months. So for me, I take it very seriously and I try and respond immediately to any and all comments, whether they're good or negative on my channel. And what that does, in my opinion, is 2 things. It allows my viewers to interact with me directly, and it builds that brand loyalty with my channel. And it also boosts my channel in terms of the YouTube algorithm because they see that 2-way dialogue and that interaction between the content creator and the fans or the consumers of that content. So I really try and get the discussion going. I ask questions back to my viewers. I'll post or pin comments that are thought-provoking and ask specific questions about the video. And I really find that that helps build audience engagement and rank my videos better in the search feature itself on YouTube. Now the 5th tip I have here for you guys is to get involved with the community that you're targeting. So you can see here, I actually just did my first live stream. So this was on the High Ride channel. This is another Canadian guy who just started up a YouTube channel in the last couple of months. He's got 11.4 thousand subscribers, so very similar to what we saw with Jack's channel. And the 2 of them actually did a collaboration as well. But I reached out to High Ride myself and I said, hey, you know what? I love what you're doing. Do you have any tips? And he actually said he'd love to do a collaboration. So he invited me on his channel and I was able to partake in this live stream. And what this really did is 2 things. Number 1, it got me more involved with this community and it made some great relationships with High Ride and his viewers on his channel. And secondly, it allowed me to promote my channel to people with a similar interest and investment focus. So I was actually able to get about 25 subscribers just by doing this 1-hour long live stream. Now I'm sure more have trickled in after that, But for me, this was a great way to meet some new people in the community and build up my channel subscriber or viewership in the process. So hopefully those tips help you guys out. To recap, number one is to reach out to other people who are finding success. So tip number one is to reach out to other people who are finding success and see what tips or tricks they can offer you. As mentioned, everybody loves talking about their success, and most people are happy to go out of their way to support your growth. Second is to get TubeBuddy and add the plugin onto your actual YouTube platform itself to take advantage of the full suite of analytics. The third tip is don't be ashamed to self-promote. Find websites or forums or discussions that are of similar interest and niche to your channel and start to promote your content there to drive traffic. Fourth tip for you guys is pay attention to the comments and make sure you interact with your viewers on a regular basis and in a timely fashion. And the fifth tip, you guys, is to try and take advantage of the community in general. Whether that's going on a live stream like I did, working on collaborations, meet and greets, whatever the case is get involved in the community and make sure you reach out and expand your network along the way. So to close out the video, you guys, I wanted to take a quick look at my overall channel analytics now that we've talked about those top 5 tips. So if we go into the YouTube studio here under the analytics platform, you can actually see a number of really interesting stats about your channel. So this actually talks about the overview in terms of your views, watch time, subscribers. You can also see reach. So the impressions you're making, the engagement of your channel, so retention rates, click-through rates, stuff like that. I'm going to do a more in-depth analysis on the analytics component once my monetization or revenue metrics start to populate. But for now, I just wanted to show you how the channel has grown over the past 3 to 4 months. So I'm going to select the last 90 days. So this will give the most recent 3 months worth of data on this channel. My first month, there was very, very little growth or activity, and I wanted to really show you the trend over the past 90 days. So as you can see, view-wise, I've had just about 50,000 views in the past 90 days. And as you can see, the average is moving up and to the right. So back in February, I was averaging about 100 to 200 views per day, whereas now, even at my low point, I'm around 400, with my peaks coming in at 800, over 1,000 on April 24. So you can see the growth has really moved exponentially for me. Same thing with watch time hours here. Now again, you need 4,000 to be monetized. I've got 4.3 thousand just in the last 90 days. And I've really seen this metric grow as well. So you can see I'm now averaging at a minimum about 35 to 40 hours of watch time per day, even on days that I don't publish videos. So that's phenomenal for me. And the final metric I wanted to point you out here is subscribers. Now YouTube did an adjustment on April 28th, and that's why you see that huge spike of 69 subscribers on that day. But one thing that's interesting is this metric has pretty much been consistent or steady for the full duration of my channel's existence. Now you will see that I have had some spikes. So I had 34 subscribers March 24th. I had another 33 on May 11th when I actually did that live stream. So the subscribers I find are really dependent on when you get those big high view videos published. And I've really seen a correlation between the days I post very high volume, high traffic videos and the days that I see my subscriber count improve. So that's one thing that's really important to call out. And another reason you really want to have those videos that end up going viral and attract a lot of new viewers or eyeballs to your channel overall. Now, as mentioned, I'm going to make a more in-depth breakdown video of how the analytics work and the overall trends that I've seen with this channel. But I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a sneak preview here, specifically around the watch time, because that is a requirement to become monetized on YouTube. So to close things out, you guys, I wanted to thank each and every one of you for supporting this channel, watching my videos, commenting on them, and subscribing to the channel. I truly couldn't have done this without each and every one of you guys. Now, that being said, I wanted to invite all of you to follow me on Instagram as well. So that's another thing I've noticed. I can now add this Instagram link, and you'll notice my Instagram is Mr. McNallie. So this is a lot more of my personal life, but again, in the interest of interacting and engaging with my audience, I welcome each and every one of you to follow me on Instagram as well. and DM me with any specific questions or requests that you may have. Now, as always, you guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Let me know what you think of this video. I know it's a little bit different than what I normally talk about on this channel, but I really did want to share with you guys my journey and my story because I do see YouTube as a meaningful addition to my income stream moving forward, and this is definitely something I'm passionate about doing and want to continue to do for the foreseeable future. On a final note, you guys, please make sure you smash that like button. It really does help this channel grow, especially for videos like this that are a little bit off topic for the channel, and it helps get this content to other people like yourself who may find value. On a final note, make sure you guys have a great rest of your day, and thanks so much for watching.